Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Yazariella from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. And before we begin, we want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Rakah Kedash, that Yahweh, meaning the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya. It's Yahweh, the creator of all, the Ancient of Days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, ignorantly speaking. And we give double honors to our elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth day and night. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the Bakar in the Hebrew, the house of David being rebuilt as we speak. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds who are among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The date today is February 8th of 2026. And this is the year of apostates, sellouts, agents, and of Jacob's trouble. So this is the time we're in, the time of the end, okay, which was already declared from the beginning. So we're going to get that understanding because when you see this poster, this is the dream of a so-called Gentile, okay, and it took an Israelite, a prophet, to give him the understanding of this dream, and this is affecting everybody today. So we're going to show you that this is a ruler of time. Okay, so I'm going to start with this verse first. This is Luke 21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword. It's talking about the Israelites, the Jews in Jerusalem after 70 AD. And shall be led away captives into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So if you think that the Israelites are in Jerusalem today, then you're sadly mistaken. Because prophecy says that this is still the time of the Gentiles. So there are imposters that are on the rosters. And that's biblical prophecy, that there will be Idumeans or Edomites in the Holy Land, according to Ezekiel 36. Okay? That those are the fake people, those are the fake Israelites. The Israelis, not the Israelites. Okay? So you have to understand that this is all biblical, and that the time of the end was already declared. So we're going to read this. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 31. Thou, O king. So this is Daniel declaring the dream of Nebuchadnezzar, a Gentile, okay, who was rulership of the world at that time, okay. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form therefore was terrible. And that's that statue we just saw, okay. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, and his feet part iron and part clay. Thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and broke them to pieces. Then was the iron and the clay, the brass and the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. Okay? So if you've never seen how chaff, and the chaff is separated from the skin, it's thrown up in the air, right? There's a huge like you would say, a huge flat plate, and you would throw the chaff, and the air would catch the skin and blow it away, and then you would just have the heaviest part left. Um, Became like the chaff of the summer threshing of the threshing of the floor, and the wind carried them away again. So this, when you're chafing, you're sifting and you throw it in the air, that little skin, the wind blows and it pushes it away. That's what it's saying here. Carry them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filleth the whole earth. And that's talking about the Messiah, second coming, to destroy the Gentiles. Okay? Just so you understand. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art of kings, for the God of heaven has given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven had he given into thy hand, and has made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. So the head of gold at the time was Babylon. Okay, so see here is representative of the lion. Okay, the lion is Babylon, and the wings are Assyria. So you see there, 59, 597 BC. This is 596, almost 600 years before the Messiah. So this was already declared the end from the beginning. Okay? And you see the Nebuchadnezzar, his rulership, right? So that is the time, 605 to 53 BC of that empire. Followed by the Medo, Persians, the Grecians, Rome, that's what we're in. Right here, we're waiting for the Messiah to come and destroy all these Gentiles, brothers. Okay? Just so you understand, that's what's happening. That the Lord is going to destroy these people and establish his kingdom. So the head of gold we establish is Babylon. And after these shall rise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall be rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as much as iron breaketh into pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break into pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, part of the potter's clay, and part of the iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength and the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. Verse 42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave to one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. So what does that mean? It's talking about America. The Roman Empire, the last piece, the Roman Empire, how did it consume empires? It consumed empires and it made people into slaves, okay, to serve Rome. And that's what America has done, okay? It has accumulated all nations, they call it, into the melting pot. But you still have Chinese people being Chinese people in America. You have Indian people, East Indians coming from India, Pakistan, and living their life as Indian or Pakistani in America. They are Americans, but they have their culture still, right? And so on and so forth. You have all these nations coming to America, coming together to make that wealth, to make that money, but they're still independent of each other. They understand that, oh, I'm Chinese. I'm an American per se for citizenship, but ethnic-wise, I am Chinese. I am an East Indian person. I am a African person, right? So this is why these nations are here. And it tells you that in the book of Revelation. Verse 44, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed. And that's talking about the New Jerusalem, which is talked about in Revelation 21. Okay, the New Jerusalem shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people. So, this kingdom that's going to be established forever is not going to be for the other people. It's going to be for the Israelites. So what they told you has been lies. The other nations will be there, but they will be subjects, servants, slaves in the kingdom of heaven. Remember, we have been slaves all that time. Why can't they be slaves? See? And the kingdom should not be left to other people, but it shall break into pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it was breaking to pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God has made known to the king what shall come to pass thereof after, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. So he gave him the breakdown. Daniel gave him the breakdown, told him this is your dream, and this is what it represents. Verse 46. Then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel, and commanded that they should offer oblation and sweet odors unto him. The king answered unto Daniel and said, of a truth it is that your God is the God of gods, and the Lord of kings, and the revealer of secrets, seeing that thou couldst reveal this secret. So he's telling him, yo, man, you got the real deal, Holyfield, man. You know, the God of gods. The living God, right? Then the king made Daniel a great man, and gave him many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province. So basically, what happened to Joseph of Egypt, here is basically, the story is repeating itself. Another Israelite taking control, becoming a governor over everybody. Remember, these are slaves, and they're becoming governor of them all. But the Lord said that we would have a little sanctuary wherever we were. So there he is, giving Daniel a great portion to be a great man, like it says here. A great man, and it gave him many great gifts, and made him rule over the whole province of Babylon, and the chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon. Then Daniel requested of the king that he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon. But Daniel sat in the gate of the kings, the gate of the nobles. Okay? So there you are, brothers and sisters. You understand that this is biblical. That the time this ruler is coming to an end. This whole time has passed already. We read how Daniel was there. He was there with Nebuchadnezzar. Okay? And he told him this dream. And at the end, you see that stone coming. That's the Messiah. The Mashiach. The stone that was cut without hands, to come to destroy these Gentiles, to establish his kingdom. Let's read that. This is Revelation 21 and 1. I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were past. And what is saying it passed, there was parts of the world that are going to be destroyed, but it's going to be renewed. Okay? It's just the word kainos is the Greek word. It's being renewed. Okay? And we're passed away, and there was no more sea. When they're talking about no more sea, they're talking about no more of these nations that are being confederate against us. Okay? Because that's the sea. Those are the nations. And I, John, saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, And when John is describing here, what a lot of people, they think there was an actual city coming down. No, 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 no. This is talking about the elect. The people, the elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel that were chosen to be saved from the destruction. They're coming down from space in spaceships, okay, with the new bodies, okay, that are promised, the celestial bodies. So that's what he's calling the New Jerusalem. Why? Because in Ezekiel 4 it tells you that go out throughout Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, and put a mark upon the men that sigh and cry, which represents the elect of the nation of Israel. And then what? Kill all the women, all the children. That's Jacob's trouble. That's what time we're in. And I, John, saw the holy city, the New Jerusalem, the elect of the nation of Israel, God's elect, coming down from God out of the heavens, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, right? Because the nation of Israel is considered a woman, the bride. We're about to meet the bridegroom and have coming to the marriage. That's what we're on the highways and byways trying to bring in the guests, trying to bid them to the wedding. Okay? People don't understand that. People don't have an understanding. And let's get this verse here, which is very important. Look, Revelation 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. So the New Jerusalem, the elect of the nation of Israel, is the new kingdom of heaven. Okay? Remember, I told you that the kingdom of heaven suffers violence. What is that talking about? That's talking about the Israelites that were in captivity were suffering violence of the Roman Empire. But now, they are that bride, they are the New Jerusalem, the kainos being what? Renewed, given the new bodies, okay? Given those new bodies and being brought to the powers, okay? As you can see there, the elect are watching the destruction of Mystery Babylon from space. The whole planet Earth will shake to and fro. Okay? And you have verses up here. Revelation 20:10. 2nd Ezra 15:34. Malachi 4:1. Revelation 9:18. Amos 9:8. Okay? That all this is telling you the same thing we're telling you. The New Jerusalem, the new kingdom will be given to the people, the Israelites, which is the promise that was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakedash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.